Good afternoon and good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and CoffeeStream number 243. I hope you guys are having a good Friday, a spooky Friday if you're a superstitious person. Unfortunately, today, my guest, he never was sure for certain if he could come by. So we're gonna, we'll try again. Where's the pause button? There's the pause button. Okay. So of course, I'll see if he's available for a different Friday, of course. Because I would like to have him on at some point. But I do have quite a good amount of news for you all today. It's going to be a fun stream. We're going to do a lot of Canadian news today. It's going to be quite a lot of, for the next few weeks, probably going to be covering a lot of Canadian stuff because the federal election is happening. It's going to be an interesting balance between U.S. Election and Canadian election stuff. So that should be interesting over the next month and a bit. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. There is a big storm system like sitting over us, and we're expecting thunderstorms today. So I do apologize for all the yawning I'm doing or I'm about to be doing. It is not because I'm bored and don't want to be here. It is because I'm a human barometer, apparently. I am just dropping by to say hi and leave a like, says Skeptalk. I have to go to grandparents' lunch date with grandparents' lunch day with my grandson in a few minutes. Oh, well, you know what? Have fun. I hope you and your grandson have a good lunch. I hope your grandson appreciates that you're having this time with him, and I hope you have a good time. Thanks for taking the time out to come and say hi and leave a like and everything. You are awesome. Hello, Cynical Lindsay. Good day to you. I really hate the rich douchebags that infest the coast of Maine, says Duck Dog. Oh dear. That is unfortunate. Hello, Armskiller. Hello. Good to have you here. So, we've got on top of Canadian election news, I've got a particular article that is supremely Canadian, and we will get to it in a bit. And I have a cool sciencey article to end off the stream. So that'll be good. We've got a good variety of news here, and I've put the titular articles in the middle, so that we've got a good news sandwich, as it were. Good Lord, yawning. Uzi and Irate. How are you two? And Uzi, happy birthday. So let's go over to this wonderful story here. So it says, where's that headline here? There we go. Okay. So this is from the CBC. So it says, House of Commons cuts links to MPs' websites. So this is, we're going to find out what this is about. So this was posted today. So it's a fresh thing. So it says, the House of Commons have cut the links from its website to the websites of all outgoing MPs. Okay, so it's not like they're, cutting off the uh, it's not like they're cutting off all of the MP's links. They're But I still think they should wait until, they are actually out instead of, cutting the links prematurely. But let's read the story first and see what actually is going on. I have a different mug today, guys. See, if I turn it around, for any blind people watching, this mug says, "The only thing that's self-cleaning in my kitchen is my cat." So this is my second favorite mug. Yeah, I like this mug. Let's see. Let's read this story here.
The House of Commons has cut its links to the websites of all 334 outgoing members of Parliament after it discovered the sites of some MPs were being used to campaign for re-election.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Heather Bradley, spokesman for the House of Commons, said Clerk Charles Roberts sent a memo to all MPs late Thursday informing them that the House website no longer links to their MP sites. Although the sites themselves still exist, they can no longer be accessed via the House site.
I see. Okay, so they didn't kill the websites. They just killed their connection to the websites. Okay.
Upon reviewing sites, many were using them for not the right purpose, Bradley said. It's just an easier way to manage it.
Many of them were using them for not the right purpose. That's not a sentence. I think what you meant to say was many of them were not being used for the right purpose. Well, I would cut Trudeau's link because he has no chance. Yeah. Good point, Armskiller. Hi, Maddie. That's yeah.
Under Parliament's rules, MPs are not allowed to use House of Commons resources for election campaigns.
That's true.
Bradley did not say which MPs were not using their sites for the right purpose. Heading Level 2, Move breaks with the past. The decision to cut the links to the websites appears to be a break with past practice. During the 2015 election campaign, links to MPs' websites remained on the House of Commons site, according to an archival version of Parliament's website. List 1 item, bullet, end of. List 1 item, bullet,
sorry,
end of
there's
list.
some.
A review by CBC News late Wednesday afternoon found that 87% of the websites for NDP MPs were automatically redirecting to the ndp.ca campaign site or MP re-election campaign sites with donation buttons. The websites attached to the profiles of 3 NDP MPs, Charlie Angus, Don Davis and Scott Duval, still linked to a regular MP website.
Wow, okay. That's funny. Badger, Green Badger, hello. And RVA. Good to have you.
A few days ago, NDP MP Nikki Ashton's website on the House of Commons page linked to her MP site. Wednesday, the link automatically redirected to a re-election campaign site. Figure.
Oh, and here's the screenshot of an example of what they're talking about.
The party controls the websites of many of its MPs. NDP spokesperson Melanie Richer said the NDP changed to campaign websites once the campaign began in order to comply with Elections Canada regulations. Your current heading Level 2, investigation found trackers. The House of Commons decision comes 2 days after an investigation by CBC News revealed that dozens of MPs have advertising trackers embedded on their websites that could allow them to target visitors to their websites during the election campaign.
Oh, shit, son. So they have ad trackers, they're linking to re-election campaign sites, and they're linked to party sites, and they were linked to the House of Commons. No, MPs can link to campaign websites. They just can't remain linked to the House of Commons website during election campaigns, because that's an actual body of government, and there are laws to try and keep and I say try and keep tax dollars out of campaign budgets. And this is one of those things that tries to curtail that. MPs are very more than free to link to campaign sites, just they can't be doing that as well as staying linked to the House of Commons. That's the issue.
That means that people who visit those websites looking for information, to renew their passports, for example, or to contact their MPs, could find re-election ads for that MP popping up in their Facebook feeds or on websites they later visit.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
List one item, bullet, end of list one item, bullet, end of list. While most MPs had some sort of tracker attached to their websites, including trackers that provide site analytics, at least 99 had one or more tracker used to target advertising. While there were exceptions in each party, in general, New Democrat MPs had the highest number of trackers and Liberals had the lowest. Conservative MPs varied widely.
Interesting.
List one item. Bullet, end of list one, bullet, end of list. New Democrats Inglis, Davis and Duval had fewer trackers attached to their websites than many of their colleagues. The use of trackers on MPs' websites also raises privacy questions, particularly in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which demonstrated how political advertising can be micro-targeted toward individual voters using their online profiles.
Voiceover, I think the word is micro-targeted.
Experts say MPs also may not be aware of how much information the trackers allow tech companies to gather about visitors to their websites. Advertising trackers are not illegal, and they are used by many websites, including CBC pages.
Yeah, they aren't illegal by any means. Like, CBC is not saying that these are illegal practices. They're just ethically very shady, especially if you're still linked to the House of Commons. And like, as it said, for people trying to come and find information. Did you hear about the MP from Brampton that wants to legalize all drugs? Oh, is that where she's from? Or is it I think it's a woman. Was it a woman? Web cookies, even worse than raisin cookies. Yeah. Politicians gonna politics. Yep. Yawning is contagious, lady, says Maddie. I know, I'm sorry. There's a frickin' thunderstorm heading our way. I did hear about an MP that wanted to legalize all drugs, Chief Fuzzybeard, but I didn't know they were from Brampton. Yeah, I didn't know that.
In the wake of the investigation by CBC News, privacy and democracy watchdogs are calling for Canada's next parliament to change a law to subject federal political parties to privacy laws and to clear up regulatory gray zones like the use of advertising trackers on MP websites. List one item. Bullet, end of list one, bullet, end of list. Parliament's governing body, the Board of Internal Economy, acknowledged in May that there were gaps in the rules governing MP sites. It plans to look at the issue when the next parliament begins sitting. Elizabeth Thompson can be reached at.
Okay, so Elizabeth Thompson is the author of this article. So that is the end of that. So the House of Commons is trying to take a step to rectify that interesting little snafu. So now we're going to go to BC and read about a lightning strike. If I can find the headline. And this is another CBC article. Link. Shut up! Okay. So, power restored after suspected lightning strike leaves 120,000 northern BC residents in the dark. That's a lot of people. I wonder how loud that thunderclap was after the lightning hit. So this BC Hydro says the power outages were said to be caused by transmission failure. All right, let's read.
Power has been restored to more than 120,000 residents in northern and central British Columbia after a suspected lightning strike caused widespread power outages Wednesday night. According to BC Hydro, the outages began at about 9:30 p.m. and quickly spread across the region. More than 120,000 residents were without power at one point.
Wow.
Hydro said a lightning strike was suspected to have caused the transmission outage and led to the massive power loss. Communities including Vanderhoof, Smithers, Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, Chetwynd, Hudson's Hope, Houston, and Burns Lake were impacted.
Isn't Dawson's Creek in... Oh, no, Dawson's Creek is in BC. I was thinking of just Dawson, which is in not BC. Okay, I'm good. I know what I'm... I know what I'm... Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
More than 120,000 British Columbians were affected by the power outages, which span the north of the province. BC Hydro figure.
So here's a picture.
Twitter.
And there's a tweet.
CBC's journalistic standard. Link. Adding list for adding level 2. Related.
And I think that's the end of that article. So it's just a little snippet. There was a big storm. Oh! Sorry, I've just got a message from the guest who was going to be here apologizing because he got in. So I'm just going to answer him really quick. No worries at all. Is always there. Okay, we're good. So, yes, there was a big storm. Power went sparky, and a bunch of people lost their power. I honestly do wonder what kind of thunderclap that produced. Costin, good afternoon. Armskiller says, so wait. Zoinks, Scoob! Lightning turned off all the power. It's a full moon. It's Friday the 13th, and I'm in my 70s shaky. That's funny. I am more than okay with decriminalizing all the drugs, says Armskiller. As long as the drugs are not used to commit assaults or murder, there is no problem. Agreed. No, it's a guy, says Big Chief Fuzzy Beard, but how he's ducking around it now. He looks like he's just using it to get more political power. Oh. On what drugs he would be doing. Okay. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. So that was just a quick little story, and we're gonna move on to the actual titular articles because it's gonna take me a while because I'm probably going to end up ranting about this a little bit. So that's why I'm bringing these in a little sooner than usual. So Pincalo actually found me this one. Party leaders rip into conspicuously absent Justin Trudeau at first leaders debate. So yeah, the Maclean's brilliantly decided. Maclean's magazine, by the way, is what I mean by Maclean's. Brilliantly decided, hey, the Democratic debate is happening in the U.S., so let's schedule the leaders debate at the same time. Well, I need to wash my hands to find out where this blood is coming from. Oh. All right, then. Interesting. So the sub-headline says, Trudeau has chosen to attend only a single English language debate on October 7th, and will participate in both French language debates. So this is a picture of the Green Party leader Elizabeth May, Conservative leader Andrew Scheer, and NDP leader Jagmeet Singh next to an empty podium where Justin Trudeau should be. So that's what that picture is. And I hope you can actually see it instead of a frickin' pop-up. The guy with the blue turban is the guy who wants to legalize all drugs. Just to let you know, I forget his name. Okay. Wow, smart timing, says Armskiller. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty sad. All right. Let's get through these links here and we will read the story. And then I will explain to you my theory as to why Justin Trudeau is only going to one English debate and both French debates. Because I have a theory. I actually do have a theory. So we're going to read this article and then I'm going to tell you my theory. Downpour just started. Oh, goody. Trudeau is too busy dealing with that stick up his arse and all the business surrounding his corruption. How dare you bleed? To Duck Dog. I gotcha. All right, here we go.
Conservative Party leader Andrew Scheer took aim at a conspicuously absent Justin Trudeau, while Green Party leader Elizabeth May and the NDP's Jagmeet Singh sparred largely at each other in an attempt to cement themselves firmly in third place in the polls at the first leaders' debate on Thursday night in Toronto.
Yeah, the NDP and the Green Party basically have no interest in winning the election this time. Their interest is solely to become the third party, the solid third party in cabinet or in parliament, because they both know. Shut up. They both know that there is absolutely no way that they are going to win the election. They know that this is strictly a race between between the Conservatives and the Liberal Party. Oh my God.
17.12 close.
Why are you trying to dox me, you stupid email account thingy? He's trying to pander to the French by snubbing the English to get better votes. No, see, my theory is a bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Subversive than that. I think it's a different reason. So let's read here.
Close image. Cognitive talks. Close button.
Are you going live, Cog?
Image scroll area in 11 point. Apple System UI font. Sunday Sovereign Citizen Stream. Number Cognitive. Close.
Cog. Anyway.
Safari.
I wanna watch your sovereign citizens. Why you gotta go live when I'm busy? Anyway.
Thursday's McLean/City TV debate was the first of 4 in the federal election campaign, and the first time Scare and Sing are participating in a leaders' debate. Trudeau has chosen to attend only a single English language debate on October 7th and will participate in both French language debates. Pause. The debate began with questions on the economy, before moving on to discussions on Indigenous issues, the environment and foreign affairs, particularly Canada's current frosty relationship with China.
Yeah.
I'm not going down the little rabbit hole. Your current semicolon. Link. Share.link. Governments and Justin Trudeau promised that the budget would be balanced this year, but all we've seen is deficit after deficit. Right after the election he will raise your taxes, Scare said, in opening remarks.
He also said the budget would balance itself, but that's
Pause.
That's neither here nor there.
Governments in Ottawa have always made decisions that make it easiest for the richest and hardest for the poorest, declared Singh, who spent most of the 90 minutes hammering home the NDP's signature talking points of reducing inequality and increasing affordability for Canadians.
What inequality? Oh, Jesus.
Play.
That's ridiculous. Let's see. And also, foreigners cannot criticize someone they cannot understand.
Moderator Paul Wells then attempted to pin Scare down on a question on whether he would defer his plan for a balanced budget in the event of an economic recession, or push further cuts, but Scare deflected, emphasizing his plan to balance the budget within 5 years. While all three leaders said they opposed Bill 21, Quebec's religious symbols ban, not unlike Trudeau's stance on the issue, none would entertain the idea of intervening in Quebec's internal politics in order to see some kind of constitutional reversal to the bill. Singh called Bill 21 legislated discrimination and hurtful, while May suggested that if elected Prime Minister, she would find some way of ensuring that those affected by the bill would be able to seek employment in other provinces. Your current... So
Bill 21, for those of you who are going, what the fuck is that? So that is the civil servants slash, public officials can't wear religious symbols, and there shouldn't be religious symbols displayed in basically government buildings, except for the fact that they refuse to get rid of the crucifix in the Hall of General Assembly, which to me kind of negates the entire fucking piece of legislation. But hey, that's just apparently something you're supposed to go, shh, there's no cross there. It's okay. Hello, Ghost Dog. Let's see.
See also. Link.
Is that the end of the story?
Much of the first half of the NDP spent much of the first half of the debate challenging May and Singh on their healthcare policies, particularly how they would be able to afford paying for a national pharmacare program. You cannot increase healthcare services when you are paying more and more money to pay the service charges on the debt, and that is what all these plans will lead to, Scare said. Pause.
Not wrong.
The NDP has pledged to provide nationwide pharmacare and dental care if elected, at a price tag of $43 billion, one that Scare immediately pointed out would lead to a vast tax hike. That money has to come from somewhere. Play.
Okay, first of all, NDP, healthcare and dental care is provincial. So how do you plan on nationalizing pharmacare and dental care
Pause.
if that stuff falls under provincial government. I don't. Do you plan it? Does that mean you plan on making an NHS type system? Is that what you're saying without saying it? Because no, thank you. You don't
Play.
see the cross. You don't see the cross. Go to bed. Nothing to see here. See you later, Scap. Have a good lunch.
Pause.
Christians fucked up Halloween here, and the commies fucked up the entire winter's holiday. Blah, fuck them both. Yeah. Yep, they did.
May focused most of her talking points on issues around climate change and the environment, taking specific aim at what she called the NDP's unclear climate target, despite Singh's repeated attempts to emphasize his party's position to keep to the 1.5 degrees Celsius safe upper limit climate target. Play.
Yes, because May's only talking points are the climate
Pause.
and the environment. So that's no surprise.
The NDP is the only party to have released a full campaign platform so far, which includes rolling back exemptions for heavy polluters and a promise for $15 billion in green investments, which they say would create 300,000 green jobs over the next 4 years.
So 300,000 green jobs,
Play.
whatever the fuck a green job is, over the next 4 years. So 300,000 nationally out of 37 million, and 37 million is the entire population. That doesn't mean that I'm
Pause.
just not even going to subtract the minors that are not allowed to work. The whole Jesus, you people make no sense. I can't believe when I was younger, I was like, yeah, NDP is awesome. No, fuck that.
Gary Clement / National Post. Gary Clement black. Gary Clement 1.png. End of. The Green Party and NDP share a lot in common. We have a solid position on a women's right to choose, on national unity, on workers' rights, and we believe we should not be putting Mr. Skier in the Prime Minister's seat, which Ms. May believes is the right choice, said Singh. Pause.
Okay, so you guys seriously think that Andrew Scheer is going to get into Parliament and take away the right to have abortion and the right for same-sex marriage? And he said he wouldn't do that. There's no point. Even conservatives at this point are like, yeah, let gay people get married. Just like because we can control the environment, says our muscular. Let's see.
Those are absurd statements. I'm not going down the little rabbit hole that Mr. Singh just created, May said, laughing. I think they all did what they needed to do, for the most part, said former NDP strategist and current Hill and Knowlton Strategies associate Anne McGraw. The big surprise for people is going to be Jagmeet Singh. He was clear, concise and very value-based. Play. McGraw added that May's advantage is that she is well known to Canadians, but she tended to go down a number of rabbit holes during the debate. She's very detail-oriented, partly because she has a lot of knowledge, but she was not able to adequately explain some of the difficulties that she's been in the last week or two, especially around abortion.
That's May's big problem, is she can't freaking articulate what she wants to say in either language. English is her first language, but she can't freaking string a sentence together. And then she gets into French, and it's like, oh God, lady, so can somebody give her a double, like a French stand-in, like just
Pause.
give the French understudy her notes and just let them talk. 'Cause holy crap. Oh. That's ugh.
Quotes and exchanges from the first federal leaders debate.
Oh, this will be good.
Play. Sing. I didn't cut you off while you were talking. Quotes and sing. I didn't cut you off while you were talking. Now the people at the very top. You're scared. I didn't say things that are untrue. Sing. Scared. I didn't say things that are untrue. You dash. May, I would not cut spending and services. We need to massively expand services. We need 100% universal pharmacare. Jagmeet's right. We have to bring in pharmacare. Pause. Dash, you are currently scared. There are many laudable goals within this piece of legislation. Many things that a conservative government will support, that I will support as Prime Minister. But we cannot create a system in this country where one group of individuals, one Indigenous community, can hold hostage large projects that employ so many Indigenous Canadians. Play.
Yeah.
Dash. Made a scare. Consulting with Indigenous peoples is not. I will consult with you till you agree with what we've already decided to do. That's not consultation, and it's not. It's what Trudeau thinks is consultation. It's obviously what you think is consultation, but it has to be free, prior, informed consent. Pause.
Oh God. Informed consent. Here we go.
Dash. Sing. When it comes down to it, the Green Party and New Democrats share a lot of common, except for the following 4 points. When it comes down to it, we have a solid position. Unlike the Greens, on a woman's right to choose, we have a solid position when it comes down to play. May, that's not true. You're sing. National unity. We have a belief that we can't leave workers behind, and we strongly believe that we should not be putting Mr. Scare in the Prime Minister's seat, unlike Ms. May and the Green Party who believe that's the right choice. May, excuse me, those were absurd statements. I'm awfully sorry. Pause. Dash. Scare on his pro-Brexit stance. I'm always in favor of countries being able to chart their own destiny and control their own internal affairs, and it is now up to British lawmakers and the British people to determine what happens next. With Brexit, my focus is on restoring Canada's place in the world.
See, this is why I like this guy.
Play.
I just wish I could vote for him. I just, because he's not in my riding, I can't vote for him.
Dash, Scare. I think I found some consensus. I think we can all agree that Justin Trudeau is afraid of his record, and that's why he's not here tonight. He has made life more expensive. Sing. It might be the only thing we agree on, but we'll agree on that. Pause.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And May says,
May, we agree on that. We can now sing Kumbaya and keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
The Canadian press.
May is crazy. She just says shit. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit back now that we've read this article. And I'm going to tell you my theory as to why Justin Trudeau is not going to both English debates and is going to both French ones. Justin Trudeau cannot think on his feet in English. And more importantly, he can't lie in English. So he is only going to go to one English debate because he knows he's going to look like trash in an English debate. The only time that he is saying and doing all the stuttering is when he's speaking English. When he speaks French, his points just flow right out of him. He's a passionate speaker. He is on point. He doesn't stutter. But when he gets into English, it's a completely different story. And you can tell when he's speaking, like when he's got his points memorized in English, he can hold his own. But when somebody tilts him, when somebody gets him shaken up and stressed, he starts thinking in French. You can see it. He's thinking in French and trying to translate what his brain is saying in French to himself into English. And that's when the ums and the ahs and the stutters and the pauses and the weird freaking gestures he does, that's when they start popping up. It was a splinter. Cleaned and super glued. I'm good now. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad you're okay, dude. So, yeah, that's my theory as to why Trudeau is only going to one English debate. Because he knows that he's already struggling in the polls. And if he goes to both English debates, Scheer's going to destroy him, right? Scheer is going to destroy Justin Trudeau in the only English debate that he's going to anyway. But if he went to both of them, Scheer would have trounced him. And it remains to be seen how well Scheer can debate in French, because this is Scheer's first time as a party leader, and it will be his first foray into federal elections. So that really adds more validity to the phrase laughing in French. It does. Hi, Jenny. That's my theory. I really think that it's a ability to lie thing. And that's why I called today's stream The Art of Lying, Trudeau style. So now we're going to move on to the Indigenous reaction. Oh, get this. Okay, this is great. This is amazing. This is today's politicians, guys. Minister resigns from cabinet after hurt caused by cabinet that shocked an Innu nation. So, an Innu nation is an Inuit nation, and the Inuit live up in like the Yukon, the Northwest Territories, the Nunavut territory. So they live up in the Arctic. Mr. Goatman is here. Hello. So let's read about this.
Newfoundland and Labrador's Environment Minister has stepped down from cabinet after remarks he left on a voicemail were described as very racist by a staffer and shocked the Innu nation.
Okay.
Perry Trimper, who was appointed to the portfolio just last week in a cabinet shuffle that moved him to the environment portfolio from Speaker of the House, announced Friday he would be stepping back from his ministerial duties.
How do you go from Speaker of the House to Environment Minister? Trudeau, what the fuck are you doing? What the holy crap? Like, everyone's bitching about Trump and how many people he fires and how many like cabinet shuffle. Like, if you looked at Trudeau and how many cabinet shuffles he's done in the past 4 years, you would be shocked.
Reflecting upon the hurt that my words have caused, I've decided to step back from my ministerial responsibilities as my focus must be on repair and relationships, he said. This is the best decision.
Okay.
Trimper remains in the Liberal government caucus.
But what did he say?
We were very surprised and disturbed and disappointed, Grand Chief Gregory Rich said, upon the release of a voicemail left by Lake Melville MHA Perry Trimper. Trimper had called a New Nation executive assistant Dominic Rich's phone number, leaving a voicemail in relation to questions about translator services for motor vehicle registration.
Okay.
The call didn't hang up, and an exchange between Trimper and an unidentified woman was also recorded. What did Perry Trimper and a colleague say? Hear the recording. Play.
Ooh, ooh.
Currently on a
There's a
What did Perry
recording.
play?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Okay.
Press play.
Come on.
Button.
A fucking ad.
Advertisement. Video playback. I'd want cancel playback. At 2 of cancel playback. Press cancel. Lake Melville MH. That Lake Mel. Perry Trimper left of here and now. Perry Lake Melville and your play button. Press play button.
Sorry, guys. We have to wait for the ads. I'm just gonna have to wait for the ads to fuck off. Sorry, guys. Oh, and it's the same goddamn ad twice in a row. Are you serious?
What I think I need to do, and I apologize, I didn't get back to Dawn on last week. I missed that. I've been swamped with
God, the audio
to
sucks.
a cabinet position. But what I suggest I'm going to do is go over to Kelly White at SNL. So I'll come back. Take care. Bye. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, what are you? Hey? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I know, but I don't understand. Yeah, I was happy over there. Oh, were you? Yeah, and I wanted to stay there, but the premier said that I need to do this. I know. So that's kind of what you got to do. Yeah, we're good friends, and that's okay. Yeah, that's right. So it's an honor just to be courted. So I don't think you get the chance in your political career to say, I don't know. No, you couldn't do that. Yeah.
I can't even hear what he's saying.
It's just, and I know that, but it's just the difference between here. Yeah, okay, great. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. What time? Okay. So you know, and I just got out of the new guy on the phone. He's reading a message there now. He's all upset. Well, not quite in your world, but it's he's upset that they're accusing us of having bias on motor vehicle registration and licensing, saying that people that are taking the test don't have adequate translators, and it's their God's given right to have adequate translation. So they say, I don't think they're taking the test in English. No, and so they're trying to say because of our inability to provide translators that they're not passing these tests. But in fact, we all matter of maybe you didn't study and you don't have to stand everybody.
I can't fucking tell what they're saying.
That's where they're going. I heard from Donna Patton last week now, and her lieutenant just called me, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, can't have it all in every language. There's going to be an easier way than providing. It's not God given right for us to provide services. That's true. You can translate all of that. They won't read it. They won't read it. It'd be easier. It's like the ferries. It'd be better to have a number of like people in the community and to operate some of this stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
The fairies.
Same way we do. Well, they have a feeling that they couldn't. Yeah, and they run the race chart comes up all the time. That's all, man. Don't play that on me. I've been 32 years working with you guys. Don't play that on me.
Okay, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. This audio, I can barely. This fucking. Yeah, this. Okay, so the way that this guy is recording this voicemail message is it sounds like he's got a phone held up to like a speakerphone or something, and it's like he's using like an iPhone's voice memos, because I cannot, like, I can't tell what this guy is saying. It's all choppy. It's garbled. I don't know what he's saying. How can this is shady. Like, what is there a transcript? Let me so let me Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find if there's a transcript. Because honestly, it is impossible to tell what this person is saying. Yet there's no transcript. There's no transcript of that call. That's a little bit. This is probably a hidden phone or recorder in a pocket or bag or something. Yeah, because like there are ways of recording voicemails that are much more audible and clear. That's kind of, I don't like, and who knows, like maybe he did say something that is like unforgivable, but we can't tell. They're just saying that he said horrible things and he's like, "Oh, you're right. I'm really sorry. I'm going to step back from my job now." And the evidence of him saying horrible things is some piss poor attempt at recording the voicemail that he left. And it's like a freaking middle school student could have recorded that better. I want to know if the unknown woman may have set him up as well, says Ghost Dog. That's a good point. Well, I knew Peter Griffin was saying bippity boppity. This is on another level, Mr. Goatman, says I'm Skiller. Why didn't he just use Discord or Google Hangouts? Audio would have been clearer. I don't know. Like, there are so many ways to just record that is really, really shady. But it's really also amusing that they say that this happened the same day that the Six Nations Native people are sitting there singing Trudeau's praises. And then you've got this kerfuffle over here with the Inuits. It's like, well then, are they doing good things for natives or are they not? I don't. I really wish there would have been a better. I really wish that there would have been at least a transcript of that call. My barber is Italian and thought it was hilarious when Peter Griffin did that. So when I see him, I speak Peter Italian. That's funny. That is a lot. That's funny. Scusi, babada boopy. Che cosa? Brian, it's okay. I have a mustache. WTF, Six Nations? Yeah, I know, right? Six Nations is like, Trudeau has done amazing things for Indigenous relations. Really? Really? I have 5 words for you, Six Nations people. Thank you for your donation. That is all. Well, I wouldn't want a Speaker of the House to back down in a challenge, so even if he didn't say it, it's probably for the best. Yeah, good point, Armskiller. So let's get to the purely Canadian article that I've discovered this morning. Can't get more Canadian than this. You just can't. This is from yesterday. So it's Moose smashes through doors of BC school district office, hangs out in boardroom. Like I said, cannot get any more Canadian if you tried. Just impossible. So this is a picture of the entryway to District 60's school office in Fort St. John after a moose smashed through it on Wednesday. Did the moose apologize for the incident? I don't know. Well, the moose could have been covered in maple syrup. That's true. Maybe it could have had donuts on its antlers or something. That is so Canadian, says Jenny. Yeah. That's true. When I saw that article, I was like, yeah, that is so Canadian. It's going on the frickin' lineup. There could be a beaver riding the moose, drinking maple syrup. If the moose wasn't wearing a toque, it could be one of those mean American moose from Maine. That's a hard thing to say. Mean American moose from Maine. Let's see. Maybe have a Tim Hortons cup on one of its hooves. The moose is a minority who wanted education. Oh, well done, Goat Man. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That is very funny. Okay. A moose walks into a school district office. So here we go.
Cap plus, a moose walks into a school district office. No, it's not the setup to a Corny Vaudeville act. It's the situation school district 60 administrators found themselves in when a moose literally smashed through the doors into their Fort St. John office on Wednesday. Read more. Link. Superintendent of Schools Stephen Petrucci said staff were in the office when the unwanted guest arrived around 4:40 p.m.
Oh shit, there were people there? Oh god. Well, that could have ended badly.
We heard a loud crash and came out to see that a moose had smashed through the glass door. It was shaking itself off in the foyer and then calmly proceeded to walk down the hallway towards the boardroom.
It just shook. It just crashed through the glass, shook the glass off in the foyer, and just kind of walked toward the boardroom. That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. LMAO beaver riding a moose drinking maple syrup. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny, Irate. Hashtag moose lives matter. I'm surprised the diversity quota didn't work for the moose. Oh, I see they let the polar bears in. Yeah, I'm sure I know why. The moose wanted some of that bagged milk.
Link. BCCO service. Link. Today a moose decided it was not too cool for school and broke its way in and out of OFT St. John School District office. Why, we are not sure. Unfortunately, the moose had not learned how to open doors prior. The moose was located and determined to be fine, all things considered. Link image.
That's a tweet from the BC Ministry of Environment.
Link advertisement. Third party app. It just sort of FSK and it just sort of walked around the boardroom. Into it, in fact, entered a couple of offices, he said. It was either curious or disorientated. We're not sure. F. Petrucci said staff called 911, and then he circled around the building to get other workers out safely, away from the moose.
That's funny.
As I was doing that, the moose peered around the corner and could see that this was another exit, I think, he said. Read more. Link. So I just simply kind of kept the door open and tried to call it like a dog, I guess, and it eventually came trotting towards me and left the building.
It's so Canadian. Just, come on, man. Come on, Moosey. Come on out the door, eh? Oh, polar bears have heat privilege. Oh, God.
Watch. Moose caught on camera sprinting up a highway in Utah while police try to keep up. Play video.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's watch that moose video. Is there going to be this is a different moose video, but
190. While Petrucci described the moose as a substantial juvenile, sort of in between a calf and a full-grown moose, but said the situation still could have gone seriously wrong.
Absolutely.
While it wasn't fully grown, it absolutely could have been very dangerous, especially if it was cornered and with other people in the area, he said.
And it's fall, so it's going to be rutting season soon. So, yeah.
Read more. Link. So we were just very thankful that it didn't get stuck in there, because that could have been a much different result. The BC Conservation Officer Service later tracked the moose down and determined it was okay, all things considered.
Oh, good.
Petrucci said there's no estimate on the cost to repair the office's entryway, but that the work had already been completed by Thursday.
That's good.
Copyright signed to.
So let's do a quick tangent and play this moose video from Utah.
Play 7.
Unless there's going to be an ad.
9. Loading this ad.
There's going to be an ad.
Frame. This ad will what? So I just watch moose frame. Petrucci described this ad will end in 5. This ad will end in 3. Advertisement. Volume 90%.
There we go. Go, moose, go! Why are they trying to catch the moose? I'm confused. Why are they trying to catch the moose? Did it steal something?
This ad will close.
All right, guys. So that's our moose story. And now we're going to move on to karaoke in Hong Kong. The reason they're trying to catch the moose is to make moose burgers, and they're delicious. Honestly, I kind of like deer better than moose. The moose didn't do nothing. Because the moose is brown. That's why they're trying to catch the moose. Oh. So this says, let's see. So this says, belting out karaoke is Hong Kong's new protest method. I don't know how that's going to work. Will they just get annoyed and give you what you want? So we have a picture of people at a shopping mall singing a recently... Okay, so this says, people gathered at a shopping mall in the Shannon area of Hong Kong on Wednesday to sing a recently penned protest song titled Glory to Hong Kong, which has been gaining popularity in the city. Oh, I see. So this is a gathering here at a shopping mall. If China wanted, they could gas them. Ooh. Ooh. Ouchie. So let's see here. The government may die to the piercing voice of the karaoke. Yeah. Ah. All right. Here we go.
Thousands of people belted out a new protest song at Hong Kong's shopping malls for a fourth straight night Thursday, the latest act of resistance highlighting the creativity of demonstrators in their months-long fight for democratic freedoms in the semi-autonomous Chinese territory.
So they went to all the malls in Hong Kong and started singing this song? Okay.
Activists and ordinary citizens, responding to online calls, converged peacefully in at least 6 malls in the city to sing Glory to Hong Kong in a respite from recent violent clashes. More protests are expected this weekend, though on Thursday police banned one planned rally, citing safety concerns.
Yeah.
The protesters have adopted the song, penned anonymously, as their anthem. The lyrics reflect protesters' vow not to surrender despite a government agreement to withdraw a proposed extradition law that sparked the summer of unrest.
Oh, they're vowing, the government says they're going to remove the law. Okay.
The bill, which would have allowed Hong Kong suspects to be sent to the mainland for trial, heightened fears about Beijing's growing influence over the former British colony. Protesters have widened their demands to include direct elections for the city's leaders and police accountability.
Yeah.
At the Swank IFC Mall, the music reverberated through the floors as over 1,000 people repeatedly sang the song, with the melody played over speakers brought by a participant. One man spontaneously played a piano in the concourse in accompaniment. Crowds descended on the mall to sing and then dispersed peacefully. Media reported Nicholas's Free/AFP. Crowds descended.
So there's another picture here. And it's good that they, came and went peacefully. China doesn't even own Hong Kong anymore. Bohemian Rhapsody until the commies meet the demands. I like it. I really like that. Well, I'm Skiller if I am worried that there's going to be another Tiananmen in Hong Kong. I really am.
End of crowd. Some put their hands to their hearts, while others turned on the lights on their cell phones and lifted 5 fingers in the air to represent the protesters' 5 demands. The crowd, including families with young children, students and senior citizens, also cheered and chanted slogans for more than an hour. Many were not wearing masks, the usual attire of protesters. This song has connected the people. We are sick and tired of China, so we don't want to sing the Chinese national anthem, said student Melody Chen, 17.
See, this is how you see people in the West. This is how and this is why you protest. Freaking retards. Stupid people. We live in a fascist state. Really? Really? Would you like to go live in China for a while? Freaking, you want to go experience communism?
List one item. Bullet. End of list. Kelvin Chung, a 30-year-old accountant, said the mall singing showed that Hong Kong people are peaceful in their protests. He said Beijing supporters earlier Thursday sang a Chinese anthem and waved red national flags at the mall, and that he had joined the protest singing to show that many Hong Kong citizens support the fight for democratic reforms. Most Hong Kong people love this song. We think that it represents our hearts, our people and our land, he said, adding that the people will not surrender until their demands are met. You are correct.
Nor should they.
Local media also showed mass singing in at least 5 other malls, as has happened since Monday. Uniformed police were absent. The song has been sung at almost every protest since it emerged August 31st, including during Tuesday's World Cup qualifier match with Iran, where Hong Kong soccer fans booed the Chinese national anthem before kickoff.
Oh, wow.
Protesters over the more than 3 months of demonstrations have also sung the Christian hymn Sing Hallelujah to the Lord in the Les Miserables tune Do You Hear the People Sing? The songs have boosted protesters' morale and highlighted their creativity in inventing new ways to get their message heard and keep the pressure on the authorities.
Yeah, they're not backing down, the people in Hong Kong.
The song has emerged as an anthem for protesters demanding greater democracy in Hong Kong. Nicholas is /AFP/ The song has emerged.
There's another picture.
The Civil Human Rights Front, which has organized several massive rallies, said Thursday it is appealing a police ban on its planned march Sunday starting at Victoria Park. Police also banned the group's August 31st march, but protesters turned up anyway. Violent clashes erupted that night, with police storming a subway car and hitting passengers with batons, a water cannon and pepper spray.
God damn. No one will take my bare arms without a fight. This is why you don't give away your rights to bear arms. Nope. I have bear arms on my wall, says Mr. Goatman. Skellert has a good point. Says there would really need to be blood before anyone pays attention. Yep. Unfortunately, you're right.
Police official Kwok Chung-kit said police have reason to believe that radical protesters would break away from the march and carry out destructive acts. He noted that some activists have made online vows to escalate violence if the government fails to meet the demands by Friday. Kwok told a news conference that the proposed route would pass close to high-risk buildings, including the police headquarters, government offices, and subway stations that have been a focus of protests in recent weeks.
Okay.
List one item. Bullet and list one item. Bullet and Front coordinator Bonnie Loon said violent clashes were unrelated to the group. We create a safe zone for people to protest. Our marches are like Hong Kong people giving a chance to the government to end the crisis peacefully, but now they have closed the valve to release public anger. It's like declaring war to peaceful protesters, she told the Associated Press. Loon accused authorities of trying to provoke protesters to conduct illegal gatherings to provide an excuse to crack down. She urged activists not to fall into the trap, saying protests can be in many forms and that they should keep safe to sustain the protest movement.
This is how you protest, people. This is the proper way to protest. I wish I could bear arms. So do I. I really wish I do. I could. Let's see.
The ban is unlikely to deter protesters. Participants in the singing at the IFC Mall shouted "See you at Victoria Park" before they left. You are link. CBC's link.
So that's the end of that article. And so we've got, Hong Kong has every right to want to not be part of China. And I wish you could too, says Pop and Hop. I am so jealous I have several blind mom friends in the States. One of whom is married to a police officer. No, he is not blind. It hasn't gotten that diverse yet. But she has learned to fire every gun that he owns. And she has her own gun. and like they live out in Idaho. But it's really cool that, you know, a blind woman can be armed and protected when she's out and alone with her you know, her kids, and that she knows how to shoot every gun, even the shotgun, for the home defense shotgun. She knows how to use it. And I'm just sitting here going, I'm so fucking jealous of you. I really am. It's just so cool. Like, I'm sure I would be able to go to a range here. I may run into people going, oh, I don't know if I want a blind person shooting a gun. Like, I'm sure I'd run into that, but like, it would be so much easier if I lived in the States to learn how to use a gun and to actually be allowed to carry a gun. An armed society is a polite society, says Pop and Hop. Yep, absolutely. So now we're going to go over and learn about somebody who was doing skydiving and died. And then we're going to go into the tech and sciencey stuff. So we're going to end the stream with the technology, sciencey type stuff. Oh, have a good day, Ghost Dog. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good Friday. So we have a Fox News story. This is a couple of days old, but still, we'll read it here. This is a Gun Fox story. So, UK tourist dies in skydiving crash near Arizona's Grand Canyon. So let's see what happened to this guy.
A British man, 55, died after a skydiving crash near Grand Canyon National Park, officials said. iStock image. A 55-year British man, a 55-year-old. Link, British man. Link, visiting United States, died after a tandem skydiving jump near Grand Canyon National Park in Link, Arizona.
Oh, a tandem skydive. Oh, that's got to make the diver feel just great. Yeah, that's just
suddenly went awry, authorities said Tuesday. Coconino County Sheriff's officials said they were called Sunday to the Grand Canyon National Park Airport after receiving a report of 2 men injured after skydiving in tandem. First responders found Christopher Swales unconscious at the scene and, despite life-saving efforts there, he later died at Flagstaff Medical Center, officials said. Link, Air Force. The other person, an unidentified employee with the Paragon Skydiving Company, suffered a broken leg.
Oh.
Link image.
So what happened?
Heading level 4. Stunning photos from Skywalk. The sheriff's office said Swales had purchased a skydiving package and the dive was going as planned until the pair approached the landing area. The pair were free-falling before hitting the ground, authorities said, though it was not immediately clear for how long. Currently, the National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration are investigating the incident.
Did the parachute not deploy? Because I know in a tandem skydive, you still need a parachute. I don't know how this failed.
Link. A spokesman for the FAA told the Link, Arizona Republic, that they will investigate whether the parachutes were properly installed and whether the instructor had the required experience and credentials for a tandem jump. He did not offer any additional details about the incident.
What do you mean investigate whether the instructor had the credentials for a tandem? Shouldn't you know that shit? Okay.
Coconino County Sheriff's officials said in a statement that there are no indications that the incident is criminal in nature.
Well, no.
Link. Click here to get Link 18. Robot click here to get out of the Grand Canyon National Park. Airport is located in Tucson, Arizona, about 15 minutes from the south rim of the Grand Canyon National Park. The Associated Press.
So that's that story. Always be careful when you go skydiving and make sure that your instructor knows what the fuck he's doing and that your parachutes are packed properly. So everyone knows that Apple has launched its new iPhone. Well, you know what they say. You can skydive without a parachute only once, says Arm Skiller. Yep. They also have backup shoots. Yep. So we're going to read a bit about the iPhone and its late to the party adding of a third camera lens. So let's read about this. So we've got key points, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Okay.
When Link, Apple, introduced its triple camera iPhone this week, marketing chief Phil Schiller waxed on about the device's ability to create the perfect photograph by weaving it together with 8 separate exposures captured before the main shot, a featuring of computational photography mad science. You are currently on it when you press the shutter button. It takes one long exposure, and then in just 1 second the neural engine analyzes the fused combination of long and short images, picking the best among them, selecting all the pixels, and pixel by pixel, going through 24 million pixels to optimize for detail and low noise, Schiller said, describing a feature called Deep Fusion that will ship later this fall.
That's a lot of uses of the word pixel.
It was the kind of technical digression that, in years past, might have been reserved for design chief Johnny Ive's narration of a precision aluminum milling process to produce the iPhone's clean lines. But in this case, Schiller, the company's most enthusiastic photographer, was heaping his highest praise on custom silicon and artificial intelligence software. The technology industry's battleground for smartphone cameras has moved inside the phone, where sophisticated artificial intelligence software and special chips play a major role in how a phone's photos look.
Okay.
Cameras and display cell phones, said Julie Usk, vice president and principal analyst at Forrester. Apple added a third lens to the iPhone 11 Pro model, matching the 3-camera setup of rivals like Link, Samsung Electronics, and Huawei, already a feature on their flagship models.
And LG.
But Apple also played catch-up inside the phone, with some features such as night mode, a setting designed to make low-light photos look better. Apple will add that mode to its new phones when they ship on September 20th, but Huawei and Link, Alphabet, Google Pixel have had similar features since last year. You are correct in making photos look better. Apple is trying to gain an advantage by way of the custom chip that powers its phone. During the iPhone 11 Pro launch, executives spent more time talking its processor, dubbed the A13 Bionic, than the specs of the newly added lens. A special portion of that chip, called the neural engine, which is reserved for artificial intelligence tasks, aims to help the iPhone take better, sharper pictures in challenging lighting situations.
See, and I'm not even touching one of the new phones because the iPhone 11 I heard was $999. The 11 Pro was $1099, and I think the Pro Max or whatever it's called is like $1199. I just want the 10R. That's all I want. Armskiller says, previous model had 2. Throw in another lens. Apple cultist, shut up and take my money. Yeah. I don't need any AI on my phone. Thank you very much. Well, the thing is, we already have AI on most of our smartphones. iPhone is really just a Samsung in a different skin. See, and the only reason I'm sticking with iPhone is because it's got built-in abilities to type in Braille on my screen without having to download third-party shit. like when Google catches up with its Braille accessibility, then I will be probably switching. But until then, I'm gonna go with Apple. And I'm so used to Apple. I know the gestures. I know all of the everything. iPhone 12 will feature a new innovation known as Skynet. Oh, the iPhone 11 was $999. Okay. I don't need the darn thing to get smarter than me. Yeah. Good point.
Samsung and Huawei also design custom chips for their phones, and even Google has custom visual core silicon that helps with its Pixels photography tasks. Ryan Reith, the program vice president for research firm IDC's mobile device tracking program, said that has created an expensive game in which only phone makers with enough resources to create custom chips and software can afford to invest in custom camera systems that set their devices apart.
Yeah.
Even very cheap handsets now feature 2 and 3 cameras on the back of the phone, he said, but it is the chips and software that play a huge role in whether the resulting images look stunning or so-so. Owning the stack today in smartphones and chipsets is more important than it's ever been, because the outside of the phone is commodities, Reith said. You are currently on a tech. The custom chips and software powering the new camera system take years to develop, but in Apple's case, the research and development work could prove useful later in products such as augmented reality glasses, which many industry experts believe Apple has under development. It's all being built up for the bigger story down the line, augmented reality, starting in phones and eventually other products, Reith said.
Oh God, Apple VR. Ugh. If you want to get a good camera, just get a better camera which has better image quality. Yeah. I'm kind of an audiophile. I need a jack for my headphones until technology can or meets what wired headphones can do. Yeah. The new iPhones apparently give you an adapter for the Lightning to 3.5. Because my plan for when I eventually upgrade is to get like the 10R, which has a bigger camera, so that and a chest mount for it, so that I can do those travel videos for you guys, because that's going to be the easiest way for me to do those instead of spending money on a totally new like camera and setup and learning that. It's easier to just have an iPhone that I know how to use with better camera capability and a chest mount. It's cheaper. It's less learning. There's just so many reasons why that's the best way for me to do it. But yeah, I plan, but by winter time at least, I plan on being able to give you guys, how I travel in snow videos, shit like that. So yeah.
Third-party ad content trending now.
So that's the end of that story. So now we're going to move on to our last article, our science-y article. Well, our other science-y article, because that was tech. But this is space stuff, because you know me and space stuff. New found comet likely an interstellar visitor, scientists say. So that's pretty cool. So this was published 10 hours ago. Let's see here.
Cape Breton, Reuters. A newly discovered comet hurtling toward the orbit of Mars has scientists scurrying to confirm whether it came from outside the solar system, a likely prospect that would make it the second such interstellar object observed in our planetary neighborhood. The original Cape Breton's amber tattly reshaped. The trajectory of the comet. The trajectory of the comet, first detected by Crimean astronomer Gennady Borisov, follows a highly curved path barreling in the sun's direction at unusually high speeds, evidence that it originated beyond the solar system.
Okay.
Build them on our team. We've been scrambling here at the University of Hawaii to get observations to make position measurements, said Karen Meach, an astronomer at the university whose team concluded that the object's size and tail of gas classify it as a comet.
Very cool.
FSK. Every time a new comet is discovered, everybody starts to try and get data so that you can get the orbit, Meach told Reuters, adding that her researchers all are 100% convinced that this really, truly is interstellar. Brian Berganza, photo illustration.
That's awesome.
The comet, an apparent amalgam of ice and dust, is expected to make its closest approach to the sun on December 8th, putting it 190 million miles, 300 million kilometers, from Earth, on a route believed unique to such objects of interstellar origin. Beldam.
That's cool. That is really cool.
Beldam. The comet, once confirmed interstellar, the comet, dubbed C/2019 Q4 by astronomers, would become only the second such body ever observed by scientists. The first was a cigar-shaped comet dubbed Aoumuamua, a name of Hawaiian origin meaning a messenger from afar arriving first, that sailed into our planetary neighborhood in 2017, prompting initial speculation that it may have been an alien spacecraft. Astronomers soon reached a consensus that it was not.
An alien spacecraft.
Unlike Aoumuamua, which visited the solar system for only a week, the newfound comet will linger near Mars' orbit for almost a year, giving scientists ample time to characterize its chemical signatures and seek further clues about its origin.
That is pretty cool.
The high velocity indicates not only that the object likely originated from outside our solar system, but also that it will leave and head back to interstellar space, said Davide Farnacchia, an astronomer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California.
Okay, so it's basically dipping through the solar system, and then it's gonna shoot back out. That's pretty cool. Space, yeah.
Reporting by Joey Roulette. Frame. Third party.
So that's that article, guys, and that's shut up! Shut up! Why are you so annoying? Oh boy. So yeah, that's our comet article. The shitty part is that I thought all those articles would take us all the way till 2, and we still have half an hour. So what should we do? Let's see here. What's a thing that we could do to take us to 2 o'clock? So how does Braille work on a touch phone? Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Goatman, for giving me something to talk about. So, what I'm going to... Here, why don't I go over here? Let me just go over here. And since I have no more news, I will stop screen sharing. So now my camera is in full focus. So so Apple has this thing called Braille screen input. Braille is 6 dots, 2 lines of 3 dots vertically. So let's pretend that I have a sheet of Braille in front of me. So the dots will go like this and like this. Okay, 2 vertical lines of 3 dots, 1, 2, 3 on the left, dots 4, 5, 6 on the right. Together they make a little rectangle known as a full Braille cell. Now each Braille cell will make up a letter, but it's a different combination of dots within the cell that make up that letter. So for example, A will just be dot 1. And that's the only thing in that cell. Then you would move on to it to the next one. B is 1, 2. C, this is where you get complicated. C is dots 1 and 4. So you've got 1 dot from one side, 1 dot from this side, and on and on and on. So what Apple has done is it has developed a way what Apple has is called a rotor, which you flick on the screen. You just go just flick, little gesture on the screen, and you can flip between different things that you will set up, customize yourself. And one of them can be Braille screen input. And when you activate Braille screen input, it puts your phone into landscape mode. So when I'm typing, I'll even demonstrate. So when I go to type something, and I'll show you guys. I'll flip it like this. I've just did the gesture to flip it to Braille. So now I will turn it this way. Okay. Now I'll hold it like this. So you'll see my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just delete that. So now I'm going to type, when I push the .6, that means I'm capitalizing the next letter. Hi. I am typing in chat. Now I just wrote that out letter for letter. Now letter for letter is called grade 1 Braille. Grade 1 Braille means that you type everything out letter for letter, and it takes up a lot of room. Now, what I like to use is called grade 2 Braille. And it is a shorthand. It's basically a way of reducing space because Braille does take up a lot of room. Braille paper is thick. So it was developed basically during the time when everything was still on paper to save room. So I'm going to do the gesture again. I am now typing in grade 2 shorthand. And that's what that looks like. So that is what I mean when I say I can't give up Braille screen input on my phone, because Apple has this built in. When you go into the accessibility features, you go to general. I'll even slow it down. So this is what my phone sounds like right now.
Accessibility button. Select general back button. Voiceover on button.
So hold on.
Larger text speech. Reduce button shapes.
Where's Braille?
Increase reduce interaction.
Where is Braille?
Bold text. Larger text. Speak. Display. Magnifier. Off. Zoom. Voiceover. Vision. Head. Voiceover. On.
So voiceover is the screen reader.
Verbosity. Braille.
There's Braille.
Selected. Voiceover. Input 6 dot button. Output 8 dot button. Braille heading. Braille screen input contracted button.
Yeah.
Status cells button. Equations use Nemeth code on.
So it's this whole settings thing right here
Braille heading. Output 8 dot
is where you go to set it up.
Voiceover.
Then
Braille button.
so here, this is driving me crazy.
63%, 58%.
I can't have it that slow. It'll drive me fucking batshit. But yeah, that is a setting on Apple devices that Android just doesn't have yet. And it's great. I love it. It helps me so much. I can type so fast. Now that I've discovered Braille screen input, and I had an iPhone. Jesus, shut up. Shut up, voice. I have had an iPhone for years. And I didn't know about Braille screen input until last summer. And it's been a game changer, basically. Because it's so easy to just type on a touch screen in Braille for me than to just find the letter. Because before, this is what you have to do if you're just going to type normally, okay? You go find the letter. You see how much slower it's taking me? Do you see how much slower that was? That's why I love Braille screen input on the iPhone. And that is what Braille is on a touchscreen phone, Mr. Goatman. I hope that that was helpful for you. There's lots of cool things that Braille does, and like I like Braille, and I also like I love-hate relationship with Braille growing up because I wanted to learn how to at least print my letters like my classmates did, and my teachers were like, "No, you're blind. You learn Braille." And I'm like, "Okay, but what if I need to sign things when I grow up?" And they're like, "Oh, you can just make an X." And I'm like, that's not okay. That's not gonna happen. Thank you. I enjoyed that, says Mr. Goatman. I'm glad. That's fucking cool, says Irate. Yeah, I love it. Irish Rose says, I type like that and I can see. I don't feel so bad now. And that's why she can't get Android. Yeah. That's why I can't get Android. It's exactly right, Pincolo. It's because they do have like third-party apps, but they're, it's third party. It's not seamless. It's, you have to find the right one, and there are plenty of blind people that use Android. But a lot of them they'll even say, yeah, Android is lacking in its Braille support. Some of the one I got into a discussion with one the other day who said, I don't particularly use Braille because I don't have sensitivity in my fingers. So, there are some blind people who don't use Braille that use Android phones because Google TalkBack is getting better. But it's definitely, for me, Apple is just the reason that I'm sticking with Apple. When I'm typing on my computer, says Goatman, I use both my middle fingers. That's funny. That makes me laugh. So yeah, that's the main reason why I can't go to Android. Good coffee. So guys, let's see. Let's do some chat time. Because I don't really have very much else to say. So let's do some chat time. If we end up going maybe until only like 5 to 2 or something, then that's okay, I guess, for today, because it's a chill stream. Self-taught typer here. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I was taught the home row. Find your home row, and then yeah, that's what I was taught. I can type pretty fast though. I can type, I would say probably like 70 to 80 words a minute. I'm pretty fast. see. The one thing I will say about technology, though, is listening to words has made me, like, in particular, forget their spelling instead of having to read the words. So unless you do, there's another rotor gesture I'll show you. Sometimes what I'll end up doing to find spelling is I'll do the rotor words, characters, and then I'll swipe
1, 4, 5, space, cap, P, cap, M, comma.
to, like, that's how you figure, that's how you have to find the spelling of words with talking, is get the voiceover to spell it out letter for letter for you if you don't want to make a mistake and seem like a dumbass. Or the other thing that you should do, this is for anybody, not just blind people, but if you use your dictation and you don't check your dictation and you don't make sure you put punctuation in there, oh my God, it's just terrible. Like, there are some blind people posting in a couple of groups that I'm in who just, they dictate and they don't speak the punctuation. So they run on with sentences that are fucking paragraphs long, and the voiceover just talks like this and reads everything at this speed, and there is no comma, there is no period, there is no colons, nothing. It is all this long one sentence. Help me, please. I don't know what to do. Like, and it's always people asking for help, right? They're always asking for help, and you have to listen to voiceover read a paragraph in one breath and retain everything. And it's just, it's hard. So yeah, guys, if you've got anything you want to ask or say or something, do so. Now is your time. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if my Twitch link works. There's Pincalos. Where's mine? Where is my Twitch link that I put in today? Huh. Well, fine. My link apparently didn't save. Well, fine. Fine then. I'm just being silly. I am going to try and see what if my Twitch. Let's see. My 11-year-old son can type super fast and the proper way, says Goatman. So much so it blows my mind. Yeah. Oh, I just grabbed the remastered Blu-ray of 1984 with Richard Burton and John Hurt. Oh, cool, dude. I have to run. Have a good one. Well, you too, Irish Rose. Thank you for stopping by. We've got to, like, set up a movie night or something, irate. Like, we gotta freaking go on Discord or something and meet me, you, Pincalo, and Skep. Just sit down and watch something. That would be super fun. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be able to do a test at some point of my Twitch channel to see if the streaming will work. Because when I tried to do it last weekend, Pink Hollow and I had just activated the account for streaming. So it was still saying, preparing stream. So I may do a test later and see how that works. The musical World of Worlds is narrated by Richard Burton. Oh, sweet. My wife can do about 140 words a minute. Holy shit. Seen her do it to show me on one of those typing apps on my computer. That's insane. I love movies, says Cynical Lindsay. Movies are awesome. Movies are great. And eventually also for the gaming stuff, there's a couple of blind people who also play Mortal Kombat, and they want to do a blind player's King of the Hill. So I'm hoping they want to get me into that. So I'm hoping whenever I've got some time, probably during Beaver Camp when Piccolo and Alex are at Beaver Camp, I may do the King of the Hill thing, but I'm going to try and find a time to do some testing on Twitch to see if it's actually working, so that the gaming stuff can be over there. LMAO, you will fuck them up. I don't know. There's one guy who's pretty good, but we'll see. We'll see. The thing I plan to do when I do ranked stuff is called learning by losing. So that's what I plan on calling it. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Where am I here? So guys, we've gone for about an hour and 50 minutes here. What's else is this thing? Shit, you are bad news. I try, dude. I try. I'm not great, but I try to do combos. I try not to button mash. It would be fun to actually do. It's gonna sound kind of gay, but it would be fun to do some esports a little bit. But maybe that's because I never got to play sports as a kid, and I don't know. Esports, because games are becoming more accessible, is something that you can actually do. But I don't know. I don't have time for that shit. I have kids and a house to clean. What am I talking about? Silly blind press. I have watched you destroy. I've watched you destroy, motherfuckers. Competitive spirit. I do have a competitive spirit. Yep. I do. I have a very competitive spirit. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, it's glass_eyed_game_girl. Right now there's no content there, but there will be very soon. I've decided I want to keep the commentary stuff over here and do the game streams over there so that there's less clutter. If I do video clips and stuff, I'll pop them up over here on the Mortal Kombat playlist as well. But the streams I want to keep on Twitch, and the commentary I want to keep over here, just to try and keep things organized and less cluttered. So yeah, that's that. And also don't forget to go check Pincalo's Twitch channel out at Driving Ape. He does he plays Don't Even Think over there and some other games as well. And of course, he does the voices. Everybody loves the voices. And sometimes he also does some reading in between matches, so that's pretty cool. So go check that out as well. I can't play fighting games even if I wanted. I tense up so much. I tense my hands up so much it hurts my wrists. Yeah, I feel you. I get tendonitis in my wrists, so I have to be very careful with how hard I am on my controller because otherwise my tendons will get ridiculously sore. So I totally know how you feel about that. And I need to save my wrists for other things. Love it, Mr. Goatman. Love it. All right, guys, we are winding down to the very end. Oh my, says Cynical Lindsay. We are winding down to the very end, my friends. And I hope you guys have really enjoyed today's stream. I sure have. I will be looking for a guest for next Friday. One who doesn't mind there being a child home because it is a professional development day next week. So that will be very interesting. But, you know, Alex will be fine. So next week, I'll be looking for a guest. And then the week after that will be call-in day because it will be the last Friday of the month. So I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday. If you're awake at midnight Eastern, hop on over to Irate Prostate's channel tonight for the cream stream. That's always a good time. And there will be a Star Trek stream tomorrow where we will be talking my top 3 picks for TOS, which are Menagerie, Space Seed, and the Mark of Gideon. I hope everyone can join us for that tomorrow. And of course, the Blind and the Special on Sunday night. I hope everyone has a great rest of their Friday, a good weekend. And remember, if you follow me on Twitch, just keep watching, see if the notification lets you know I'm live, because that means I'll be testing things. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. And we will see you later. I really enjoyed learning about how you use your Braille apps, says Mr. Goatman. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed. I'm glad I could explain it to you. Excellent choice, says Lindsay. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. And then with that, guys, we will see you all later. Have a great day.